Alright guys, so we have the Traxxas aluminum big bore shocks, aluminum shock body, shock caps, titanium nitride shock shafts, part number 5862. I was tired of bottoming out my old shocks and bending shafts and stuff. I mean, it's really just soft in the back, even with all these clips and the progressive springs. I was just tired of bending shafts and stuff, and like in the front I replaced little caps. That was kind of because I ran into a stump. But I got the big bore shocks because I was tired of bottoming out, and this is my old 35 weight. I recommend this stuff for like all around use of like a short course truck. But I got 50 weight for these shocks because, like I said, I was tired of bottoming out, and I really don't want to be able to hit the ground after just a big jump, you know. And these things, I kind of tuned them to perfection as much as I wanted to, but that's about it. So let's get into this. It's that kind of packaging. Alright. There we go. Alright, so right out of the box you get an instruction kit. It has what's included and shock bushings and all that, and how to mount them. We'll look at that later. And then out of here we have a box in the back, and that comes with the nozzle for the shock oil, 4 under mounting screws for the A-arms. The top ones you have to reuse, and a variety of shock clips. So then we get into the shocks. In here we have a silicone shock oil. I know what weight this is. I'm not sure what weight it is. It looks pretty thin just from moving around in the bottle. There's that in the nozzle. And then we get into shocks. These don't come filled with oil. Do they? Maybe. Alright, so I'm going to take one of these apart real quick to show you guys. You have a blue bushing, so when you bottom out, you're not going to hit your end there and bust it off. Alright, so we get into this, and we have the bladder on top, and the rear of the shock piston has 2 holes. I mean, it feels pretty tight in there. It feels nice. I feel like 50 weight might have been a bit thick even for what I do, but I feel like with two piston holes it's gonna do alright. I mean, right out of the box you see it's a pretty quality product. It's still got the bladder. I was thinking about getting the GTR shocks, but I mean, it was just something I really didn't need. So there's that. There's a rear spring and rear shock. They look pretty beefy, a lot better than the Ultra shocks that come on the car, to me at least. And then on the front you still have that bushing. It's just a little bit smaller. I read about these shocks, and I was really like skeptical about getting them in the first place, because I was just like, are they gonna do the same thing for me? Are they just gonna eat it like the last ones? But I found that like on Traxxas forums and all that, and reviews on YouTube, that they do alright. So there is that, and I was like, you know what, I'll get them. It's 40 bucks on eBay, the one I got, part number 5862. So now we get into the instructions. I mean, it's probably nothing you guys already don't know if you're getting these shocks. It has the assembly for the shock piston, all the clips and the bushings and all that. And there's this little diagram showing you how, but I mean, if you guys are getting this, you probably already know how. If you don't, then, I mean, go through it and go for it, you know? I mean, they're good shocks. They feel like really high quality. They're a lot better than the old ones, because, I mean, aluminum shock bodies and caps, so that's going to do a lot better. I mean, the titanium nitride coated shafts, the bigger ones, I mean, they're going to do a lot better than the Ultra shocks that come stock with the plastic bodies and the plastic caps. I've had a lot of leaks in my shocks too. I've noticed on the bushing down at the bottom and up top in the bladder. There's just been a lot of leaks, so I was pretty fed up with that. I was like, you know what, time for this to end, you know. And we got some big boys. So then we get into the shock clips. There's a whole lot of them. that range from like extremely small and flat ones like that to your bigger ones, your 10mm ones like that. And there's even pistons too with 3 holes if you wanted to run 3 holes to get a little bit less damp in the oil. A little bit of extra bushings, it looks like. A couple more pistons, another bushing, more clips. I mean, it's the same stuff that's offered in the package. I really do like that they offer these screws, because the button head screws on the bottom, I managed to strip a lot of them, so I'm running a whole bunch of mismatched like Phillips head in them and stuff. I don't know if you can see that, it's covered in dirt. I was running like Phillips head and stuff because it just kept stripping them out. And now that I got these things, I feel like it's gonna be a lot better because they have a thicker wall on the side and all that. But yeah, so yeah. Anyway, back to the oil. I watched another couple reviews that go around with the oil, and it was like the oil is not really high performance, you know. So I mean, it's like the oil offered very thin, and I mean that's just like I like to run something like 35, but in this I'm running my 50 weight just because I like it a little bit more damp. But I mean, if you have any questions about them, leave them in the comments. That's about it, guys. Later.